Today we're going to talk about how to install our doorbell package. It's actually a really easy installation, and there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either do it at a chime or you can do it at the transformer. We're going to go over both ways today. The doorbell and phone event package comes with everything you need in a single box to automate 2 doorbells and a single phone line. You've got 2 contact sensors, a wall wart, and the elk board. So one of the key parts of the doorbell and phone event package is this elk board. It's called the Elk 930, and it actually is 3 different boards. There's 2 for a doorbell and 1 for a phone, hence the doorbell and phone event package. So you can automate 2 different doorbells. If you have a front door and perhaps a back door, that's why there's 2 different boards there. And these are actually perforated down the middle here. So all you have to do is bend them. It takes a little bit of effort, and they break just like that. So this is the part that we're going to be using today for the doorbell. After you broke apart the elk board, the easiest thing to do is make yourself a couple of jumper wires. So I've made 3 here, and then I'm going to put them into the out, the neg, and one of the inputs here on the doorbell detector. Just going to screw these down. Okay, once I've finished screwing those down, I leave one of those inputs on the terminal block open because that's where I'm going to put the wire from the actual doorbell chime itself. Once I've got these all wired into the elk board, I'm going to wire them into our contact sensor. So here's the card access contact sensor. Just open that up, and you can see this terminal block here and the wiring layout. You've got sensor 1 with common, sensor 2, and then the other external thermistor and where you can power it if you don't want to run it off of batteries. So I'm going to wire this up to contact sensor 1. And the way I'm going to do that is take my out terminal, or my out jumper wire, and I am going to wire that into sensor 1. Then I'm going to take the neg and I'm going to wire it into the common. So you can see here I've got out into sensor 1 and I've got the neg into the common. At this point I'm ready to go and put this and attach this to the doorbell. There are a couple different places that you can install the elk board and the contact sensor. The easiest place is probably going to be right at the doorbell chime because that is the easiest place to find. So all you need to do is take your chime and pop the cover off of it, like so. And then you're going to be able to see here, most doorbell chimes have a place where you can wire in for the rear doorbell, the front doorbell, and that's your transformer right there. What we're going to want to do here is take the front doorbell. In this particular application, we've only got 1 doorbell hooked up to this chime. So we'll take the front doorbell, and we'll take that wire off. I'm going to take the wire off of the input from the doorbell detector, and I'm going to put it onto the front on the chime, if I can get it on there. Here we go. Just screw it down. And then I'll take the wire from the chime and I will actually put it into the elk board on that last input. And then we'll screw it down. Then we've got it all wired up. Once you've got it wired up to the chime, the easiest thing to do is put the elk board on the side of the chime. Now, a couple of things you want to make sure you do is don't allow any of these wires to be pressed up against your chime, which is on the bottom here or on the top, as you can see. If it can chime right there, so you don't mute out the sound of the chime. But if you put it here on the side of the actual chime, the cover there's usually enough space in the cover to cover that up and still leave enough space for this to rest on the side. And then you'll take your wires that are going into your contact sensor up through the top. Now we'll just put the chime back on. Make sure we cover that elk board, put it onto the top. And what we're going to end up doing is just leaving the actual contact sensor right on top. Once you've got the contact sensor screwed into the wall, then this is basically what it looks like on top of the chime. If you know where your transformer is located for the doorbell, then it's another easy way to install this as well. The problem is a lot of times you can't find the transformer. So in this situation where there's an unfinished basement or we know right where it's at, we're able to actually wire in the elk board here at the transformer. So it's the exact same thing that you did before. You actually are just going to take, if I can get this to stand still, you're going to remove the leads and take it off. And you're going to take the jumper wire from the elk board, you're going to put it on, and then you're going to wire this right down into the elk board. Again, into that last input. Now I've got it all wired up. I can just keep my elk board here. I'll mount my contact sensor here. So this is what the finished product's going to look like if you do it down here at the transformer. As you can see, it's a really simple installation. Shouldn't take you more than 5 or 10 minutes at the very most. So hopefully that'll help you out.